So you've already probably heard of the case of Kyle Rittenhouse. He was a 17-year-old in Wisconsin, and it's illegal to carry a gun when you're a minor in Wisconsin. So probably shouldn't have been doing that. But um, let's get into the video. So Kyle killed two people and wounded one. Now I'm not going to give my opinion in this video, but I'm just going to present the straight facts. Got it? Okay, so Kyle lived around 30 minutes away, and he drove down and started protecting businesses. Good on him. So so let's just get a timeline so far. Kyle drives down with his rifle, or his dad's rifle, I should probably say, and starts trying to defend businesses. Then the shootings happen. So a journalist asks him, "Hey, why are you down here armed?" He says, "Well, I'm businesses because some of them started burning." Yeah. So Kyle's equipment consists of an AR-15, a gunshot wound trauma kit, and that's it. Now, some of you may have just said, "A gunshot wound trauma kit? That means he was premeditated this means he's a murderer." No, 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 no. Doesn't mean he's a murderer. It means if he shot someone, he is prepared to actually save their life, which he cannot do because of an angry mob, which I will just, he could have probably, and he could have also probably gotten beaten up. So the first person he shot was Joseph Rosenbaum. Now, Joseph Rosenbaum has a little bit of a criminal history. So I found two angles. So the first angle starts with Kyle running off with his AR-15 and his gunshot trauma kit. When he's away from the mob and he looks back, that's when the first shot is fired. So a handgun not fired by Joseph Rosenbaum, I'll get into him later, is fired at Kyle. And he opens fire at Joseph Rosenbaum, mistaking him for the person who shot. Oh shoot, I can't remember who was shot first. Okay, so he fires back with 4 shots. And then after that, after the first 5 shots, another 4 shots ring out. I don't know if it's Kyle or Joseph who are firing the shot, or Kyle or the person too who actually had the handgun. And it is a handgun. In fact, it is a Glock 17. I know this because he took the handgun shooter took a photo with him posing it on the ground, and I did some research. It's a Glock 17. So Rosenbaum seems to have something. It looks like a plastic bag, probably, but it doesn't look like it had something in it, but something sub. It was a lot heavier than the plastic bag, and by looking at the video, we can tell it looks like a brick. I'll describe it in as much detail as possible. So it's a black square, and it's a black, it looks like a square, and it kind of looks like a brick. So I'm assuming it's a brick, but for all we know, it could have just been a ton of socks. So from the second angle, you can see the handgun was fired up into the air, but he looked back, and when you hear a gunshot, they're very loud, trust me. You immediately return fire. Your life is at risk. If you are being threatened by a mob, and it is a mob, who then fires a weapon at you, and you have an AR-15, I think any sensible person would return fire. But, so the first shooting It is definitely, legal. Person pulled a gun, fired it. Kyle returned fire. Oh shoot! I just discovered a third angle. From the third angle, you can see that there is a muzzle flash that goes off, and it is not from where Kyle is. So yes, there's definitely a gun involved that isn't an AR-15. It's a Glock 17. So someone then says call 911, and that's exactly what he does. And then people start surrounding him. Like, oh, how do you know it was an angry mob and not just people trying to help? Next clip. So I found a screenshot where Kyle has tripped, and he's getting kicked, and a person with a skateboard hits him in the head. So, and this is after. So after all the first shootings happened. So you decide if it was an angry mob or not. Then a guy jumps up and kicks him right in the stomach, and he fires 2 shots and misses. Then the guy goes for his rifle. The AR-15 got it, and Kyle fires 1 shot and kills the guy. Okay, so the next person Kyle shoots is Anthony Huber. So, here's his criminal record. 2nd degree reckless endangerment, severity felony, charge dismissed but read in. So he is a felon. Just kidding, he's not. It was dismissed. Use of a dangerous weapon. Modifier, domestic abuse. Strangulation and suffocation, felony, guilty due to plea guilty. So he is a felon. Yes, he is. Domestic abuse, modifier. False imprisonment, domestic abuse, modifier, and use of a dangerous weapon, modifier. Battery, misdemeanor. Domestic abuse, modifier. And disorderly conduct, domestic abuse, and use of a dangerous weapon. And 2 more counts of domestic abuse. That's all his criminal history. So, not really a star kind of guy. This is not the person who fires the shots. Oh, that actually wasn't his entire thing. That was only in 2002. In 2018, battery misdemeanor dismissed in prosecutor's motion. Repeater. Domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, misdemeanor, guilty due to plea guilty, domestic abuse, repeater. So yeah, fun. And the guy we just talked about runs up and hits the guy in the head with a skateboard. That is when shots are fired. He was shot, he took a few steps, and then fell over. He later died. So then the person who was originally kicking Kyle in the second situation fires a shot hitting him in the bicep, which causes him to retreat. Police show up in their armored vehicle, and he walks towards them with his hands up towards the side of the road. While 3 armored vehicles go to contain the mob. None stop, but there are multiple police cars seen in the background, which are never to be seen again in the video. He was charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, reckless endangerment, and some other charges. So go ahead and do a fiery debate down in the comments. Was the shooting justified or not? I'm not going to give my opinion on this. Or these shootings, I should say.